Hello, welcome. Tuesday evening. You got it all right tonight.
Yeah.
You're not going to break it straight away.
It's right.
Are you sure?
It's fine, it's fixed it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I set it all up.
Alex in the house. I'm back. It's Tuesday. I've got to change the subject matter tonight. Hey, good evening. What's that? Why is that in shot?
What are you looking at?
That's my toilet roll. It was just blocking my writing. Good evening, guys. Everyone okay today? Good morning, Archnin, Mr. Fairbrother. Hello, thank you, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, it's a Tuesday night. We've moved on. We've changed subject matter. I've been painting the evening Richie C. I've been painting the monster. To have that hair. Ooh, Alex's hair, my hair. We own some hair in this house.
Yeah.
Alex has got big hair. It's big, and I've got really long hair. It's really.
Both bases.
We've got all the bases. I've got the vertical, horizontal. Alex has got the what's that way called, Alex?
Well, one would be vertical, one would be horizontal, right?
No, vertical, horizontal. Oh yeah, vertical.
So I got horizontal.
You got horizontal. Juvdesum. That's a hard one to pronounce. That looks like Dutch.
That's not Dutch.
It's close.
It's
just because there's a random scrambling in the letters that make no sense. Oh, is it John, Pirate John? Ah, that's who that is.
Is that who that is?
He must have a pseudonym. Anyway, I digress and I ramble. I don't know if you've noticed, but I do that. So, yeah, welcome. Let's get into a split.
Yeah.
Ulfric, good evening, Ulfric. Let me just show you. These obscure the chat a little bit. Let me just show you this lovely bad boy. You all saw it yesterday. Let's have a reminder of how awesome this is. This is one of the possible prizes that you can win if we hit this month's stretch goal in like a week and a half. If it's not this, it's a fully painted 9-ship scum fleet with dials, accessories, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get that out right now. I just wanted to go over my own glory and bask in how amazing I am. I love this so much. If you had this, right, you can just spend ages and ages looking at him. You're like, I want to look at it. No, I missed this bit of detail. I missed that. I missed this. But he's a beast. So that is the incredible prize, which is open to all the donators this month, to the top 5 in the donations at the end of the month's streams, which is happening on like the 22nd or something, because we got a short month. So what am I doing today?
You've got a request. Can you say hi to my wife, Sarah?
Hi, Sarah. Of course I can. Sorry, I missed that. Hi, Sarah. Hello. You got to pay for that now. That's like when one of those celebrities sends you a birthday message. Yeah, shall I move this just a touch? Let's move that a little bit like that.
Yeah, let me just...
It's fine. Don't worry about the camera in my face. I did start it because there was no way this was getting painted in a show. So, normal thing, stuck it together. I base coated it in electric blue. I'm sure you guys have heard of these colours before. Then I airbrushed it with wolf grey. And then white. So that's all the armours had done. And then I literally just went round and base coated all the areas that needed base coating. So you lot don't have to sit through that because that's boring. I painted his head already because I wanted to test out a few things. So that's his helmet with his marking. And if Alex gives me a close-up cam. I sculpted a beard on Captain Rex. Is that okay, Captain Rex? Does that look beardy enough? Because you are the connoisseur of all things Captain Rex. Today's show is not only sponsored by the colour Wolf Grey, it's also sponsored by Captain Rex and all associated merchandise. Well, that's very beardy. He needs a beard, doesn't he? He needed a beard. So the aim of go back to split. So the aim of today's show is to paint a head and to finish a man. It's bold. It's bold statement. I know.
Like paint a head.
Paint a head maybe in 2 hours. No, but I am going to crack on with this. So let me, because I want to jump back and forward between the head and the. I just want to put a base coat. Now you've seen it all sculpted and my glory, so you can see I wasn't lying. I didn't just buy a head, because apparently there is a human head with a beard that looks a lot like Captain Rex on one of the other sprues. But I wasn't going to go and buy £25 worth of Legion just for a head. That just seems like that leaves me no profit margin. So all I'm doing is I've got a little bit of dwarf flesh and I think it is bronze flesh tone, just as a base coat.
Thanks, guys. Looking good. Mr. Stander says evening.
Good evening, Mr. Stander. How are we all today? Are we all doing good? I hope everyone's day has been fruitful. I was going to say fortuitous.
Nice.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
But my brain was trying to work out how to pronounce it at the time. And you jumped in and like you gave me a word before I actually truly was in need of one, Alex. I feel like you done me wrong.
I feel like I gave you an adequate response.
Okay.
I've been as eloquent as you wanted, but
Cool.
adequate all the same. Begit says evening peeps.
Good evening, my beautiful.
I think she's just interacting with the chat.
Yeah, I think she might have just come on as well. She wasn't there right at the beginning. She says hello. So, Bagheeta, this show I'm painting a bald-headed man with a white beard instead of a big green monster. See, she loves me because of how grown up I am. So that's it. I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute. And while I'm doing that, I want to jump onto something that's going to need a little bit of drying. So I want to put some more colour in the gaps. And I'm going to go back to the electric blue that was my base coat. And I'm going to get a little bit of ultramarine blue. You can't really see, I'm just off screen. I'll show you. I'm mixing just off screen.
That's a nice palette. Where did you get that one?
This one was out of the drawer of plastic. Now I'm mixing this up quite thin, and I am going to switch to a small brush. So using this like a wash, but not just like smashing it on, trying to get it to go actually in the recesses and paint with it, because I am going to be coming and doing some like highlighting with white, but I don't want to, I'm not trying to obliterate this model. I just want to be able to lift out certain bits of detail, which, because I've been doing the base coats with the airbrush, you're going to get it obliterate some of your darkness. So it's kind of a pin wash, but with paint, as opposed to using any of the inks. I prefer this than using like a blue ink, because it works with the base colours I've used. See, this is the new improved raster, the one that keeps quiet a little bit and gets stuff painted. Do you like it, Al?
Yeah, I mean,
I painted a base yesterday.
Yeah.
I did that ship the other
Always.
week in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the ship's not bad.
The base wasn't so impressive because I'd done 5 hours work of it off stream, but
But at least your main time critic now knows that painting takes time.
Mr. Stander,
Yeah.
he's everyone's worst critic. He's like that sketch from Harry Enfield. You know, oh, you don't want to do it like that. Are you old enough to remember Harry Enfield?
Is that bald dude anyway?
Is that bold dude?
Yeah.
That's such a descriptive term.
You know,
That's so accurate.
not really that funny, and his own show. War affairs sometimes.
No, that's Harry Hill, dude.
So
That's nothing, not even nearly the same. Do you see what I got to work with here, people? Oh my God. I just confused Harry Hill. What have I forgotten his name now?
Harry Enfield.
That's it. Jesus. He did Stavros, who was based on a character that was on right where you lived in Walthamstow, who owned a kebab shop.
Was he Greek?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Stavros. Of course he was. His name was Stavros, dude.
Yeah, I know. You need to give him some comedy education. I've got to magnetise 2 ships as the peg on the other ship split during the process. But now I've finished painting and varnishing my first ever list.
Who's that?
That is Mr. Stander.
Nice.
And Mark Fairbrother says, hello everybody peeps.
Hello, everybody, peeps. That's what he used to say. Hello, peeps. It's very funny, Alex. You need to watch this. You see what I'm doing with the blue, right? I'm just going over a few of the recesses. Just lifting it out. You've got to keep the paint really thin, like a water, to do this though with colour. But I love the blue grey against the white rather than the black white grey. Makes it cartoony, which is exactly what this was.
Education is a wonderful thing. It's your duty to be a mentor and a guide. Guide this young man in his appreciation of old-fashioned English comedy.
That was a lot of words you just said then.
Yeah. Did you understand them, or would you like me to repeat them?
Repeat them again.
Education is a wonderful thing. It's your duty to be a mentor and a guide to the young man in his appreciation of old-fashioned English comedy.
You are right, it is. But it is hard work, Captain, to getting him watching a film. He likes to watch these weird films that just... I'm too old for them now. I'm not down enough with the kids anymore. It's like that Rick and Morty that he watches. And there's moments where I have a little chuckle, but most of it I'm just sat there in shock. Not really understanding where I'm meant to laugh, where I'm meant to cry. It's hard to show you a lot of it because these are like really subtle little glazes over the white. But you can see it lifted out all the belt.
Alex, enjoy.
Who's that?
Mr. Stander. Oh my. Stems are some bright stems. Okay.
See, I've got to disagree with you, Paul. As far as I'm concerned, the only stem there is in X-Wing is a black stem. All the other colours are wrong.
It's a very, very bright. Okay, so this picture, Jesus. Every picture's so big. Does the Vallejo white leave a chalky finish like the GW one?
No, it leaves a lovely finish. Really smooth. Really smooth. This is the air paint I've used though. It has been put through an airbrush. Just so that you're all aware.
Alright. Prepare your eyes, it might hurt them a bit.
Holy dog dirt. What is it with this pink all of a sudden with you? It's interesting.
Yeah. It definitely makes them stand out.
It ain't my cup of tea. I'm not going to lie.
What do you prime your miniatures with?
Who's that?
That is Lee Taylor.
Depends, Lee. What miniatures do you mean? Give me more of an example, because they're all different, really.
It all depends what colour you're painting, right?
It does depend what colour I'm painting. So just make up a little bit more. It's even a touch darker. Because I'm playing kind of backwards with the shady thing as I'm doing this. What's this? More words, Alex, for you to read.
Looking good. And the whole point of the pink is shock value makes up for lack of talent.
You shouldn't put yourself down that much. X-Wing miniatures especially are really small. They're really hard to paint really well. So.
And practice. It's only the first squad you painted.
Yeah.
Someone has sent me a couple more pictures. Of butchers.
Pat Butchers.
I believe that is one of them Necrones.
Someone sending you a picture of Necrones.
Necrones, yeah.
Must be Mr. Fairbrother.
It is Mr. Fairbrother.
See, I know people's painting habits. I'm in all your rooms, everyone. I'm in your houses.
You like the Terry Crews at the hobby bench.
I'm like Santa Claus.
To buy another
That's
model.
what I am.
Maybe
I send my little helpers down your chimney.
Miniatures, like workshop stuff, not X-Wing stuff. Do you use Vallejo primer through your airbrush or a rattle can or something else?
So, Vallejo surface primer through an airbrush is always an option for any model. I've base coated this with an airbrush just to paint. But if I was painting kind of your generic, had loads stuck together, I would 100% rattle can them. I've got a big love for the Halfords grey primer. It's one of kind of my favourite colours to prime in. It used to be black all the time. It isn't black anymore. Although there are jobs that call for black primer. If you're painting predominantly dark things, you want black primer. So I think that's about done with these extra little bits of washes. It's just getting so you can put a tiny bit of paint, right, just like I did there. Take off the excess on your brush and pull that down onto your white. See that fade I got under the chest? So we're working backwards with where we're putting, instead of putting in, well, you are putting in the dark, but you're leaving the light. It's kind of weird. It just works good. Trust me.
Here is Necron.
Oh, that is cool, man. I want to paint that.
I like all of that. There's another picture here of like the scarab transition-y base.
Oh, that's cool.
It must be one of the gods.
One of the Catans.
That's the ones. Good old Kyle.
Gets about.
Mrs. S just interrupted my watching you guys to ask if I've seen the Cat Bowl. I didn't even know it played cricket. Oh, God.
Man.
Mark Fairbrother says, thanks guys. Blue Galaxy says, I love the pink, great job. It's definitely different and makes a statement. A little hole. I mean, that's true.
You see, the thing is, Blue, like, I appreciate where you're going with a comment like that, but what you don't understand is you haven't actually seen Paul in real life. When Paul walks into somewhere, it is making a statement. It is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you can't miss the guy. Sorry, rocking things. It's just going over like the bottom of the armour a little bit and using it as a bit of a dirtier as well. Ryan, what you saying? Ryan, look at this. Look at that beast. Did I finish him? Yeah, I finished him, boy. I've got his little buddy, Macquarie the banner bearer, the banner waver, to do. But he's a beast. He's a beast.
It's another 40 hours.
Yeah.
I think that's
Right.
almost a compliment from you then, Russ. Are you going soft in the head? Fine, no complimenting from now on.
Okay, just put in a glaze over the two guns, just a black wash, because they're really dark metal in all of the reference material I could find. as to what colours this guy is meant to be and in what places. But it's okay if my markings are not quite perfect, because this is more of a tribute than an exact recreation. It's my artistic license if it's not quite correct.
And if it is correct, it was a perfect tribute.
That's right. As long as the customer that gets it likes it.
Ryan says that the Czechs make the model for him on the York. Faded Czechs.
You like those?
Good old spray paint machine.
Yeah, it's just a spray paint machine, Brian. That's all you need, as someone on the internet said. There wasn't 60 hours painting in that at all. It's a good old spray paint machine. With a spray paint machine, you can cut down what could be a long job into like a 50 or 60 hours of work. I'm just using a tiny bit of ink here on these bags. Even though I did put a little darker grey, it's still not enough for me. I just want a little bit more. Help me when I come to highlight it. Okay. I just nipped back to that blue. I just wanted a touch more there. Okay. Just leave that to dry and jump back to the head. Look at me jumping like a maniac, Alex. Right, what I'm going to do is my old trick of painting eyes really easily. This is really easy how to paint eyes, everyone. On humans especially. Humans, this works very well with. Alright, so I've got some white. And this is going to look really weird. Some of you might have seen me do this. Alright, I'm going to just go in here like a crazy madman with a paint roller from B&Q. This is going to be my approach to painting eyes on this model. You're all going to be like, he's lost his mind. Stop falling down like. Okay, let's just sway the camera. I'm just going to go like this. I ain't going to worry too much. I'm just going to fill up that with white. Look, like a maniac I am. Painting without a care here, Alex. I feel like an untethered rock climber. Just climbing on the grip of my fingers, Alex.
I mean, that's alright. Talented people live longer. You will be fine, because you're going to go back.
Look how disgusting that looks, everyone.
That trick.
There's no quality or style there, but you will see. Ye of little faith will see my white blobs. I put it under the table and I pull out one that's done. This is such a great little technique. I can't remember where I learnt this, but I learnt this God knows how many years ago.
Well, when you done it the first time and I saw it, I was like, damn, why does it make so much sense? Why was I being so stupid before?
So black.
Might need to do it on the zoomed in cam. Can you paint over the close up cam?
We're going to try.
Have a look, let's have a look.
That's what we're going to do.
There you go.
What the heart wants, the heart gets.
Yeah.
That is little Captain Rex head. Hello. With my
Yeah,
markings.
look, they all want a close up of the eyes.
Okay. I am going to move that a little bit.
Right, do I need to play with this? Focus.
No, you're a bit about right. So then I might have too big a brush. And just paint a line through it.
Glad you're doing this again. I have 13 rebel commandos to paint. It's Captain Rex.
2 eyes. Look how perfect they look. They're like model winning competition standard.
Pro painted.
Pro painted. As seen on Rastamace. Right, now. I might be slightly off camera for this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the outline of an eye. You will understand in a moment. And you need to chill because I've got to hold my breath. Everyone. I know it looks a bit weird at the moment, but you'll see. Now he just looks like a wrestler from the 80s with his bad eye makeup. So balancing them out is important. Ooh. I'll catch that corner a bit. I did. Okay, so I made a boo-boo there. Right in the corner. That was my bad. So I've just gone back. Sorry, I'm actually painting at the weirdest angle because this camera is so off to one side. Damn, I killed that eye. I need to redo that eye.
Kay says, even the beginning bit is better than what he paints eyes.
No, but you'll see in a minute. Sorry, I screwed up this one. I have to redo it as I can't balance it out.
Lee says, it looks like a girl that you went out with once. And Archinin says, now I want to see an Ultimate Warrior Clone Trooper.
He was my favourite. He used to do like the train thing where people would hit him but nothing hurt because he was getting the power, the juju. I don't know where he was getting it from, but he was getting it from up there. He'd done the little train dance.
You said my TV's weird, man.
He didn't grow up with 1980s, 1990s wrestling.
No.
He didn't live, man. He didn't live.
We just had like Dragon Ball.
Which was terrible. Why am I so far off screen? Okay, let's try that again. I think you all get the idea of what I'm trying to do here.
He was saying Kay saying he's getting it all from cocaine.
Who is?
The Ultimate Warrior, that's where he was getting all of his energy from.
Ah, that makes a lot more sense. So, can you see like I've got two eyes? Even though this one looks a bit... So you know the thing now, I'm also scrutinising this under a close-up camera, which is never a good idea. Then go back to your like base colour and just repaint it neatly. But you leave like the absolute tiniest of almost like a black outline. Damn, my paint's a little bit runny.
There was a lot of white powder around in the 80s wrestling scene.
It's chalk. It was so they, you know, they didn't get sweaty hands. Right under, nowhere near the camera, George. Painting at this angle is so weird. Because we've got to make his eyes stand out. Because it's kind of all he's got. It's not like he's some fantastical space alien with a bionic eye, you know.
Mark Fairbrother says, sorry if I've made things difficult for you, because he was the one who first called for painting under close-up cam.
So you paint them in first, so they're in the recess. And then we're going to go round and we're going to highlight him up. I'm just going to put another light base coat over everything, because that was quite... Oh, Al, go back to split, mate.
Yep.
As I'm burning daylight here, Al.
Yep. That one head. I mean, daylight was burnt a long time ago.
Okay, just letting that dry a second. In fact... Alright, I'm going to put on... The eyes are okay. They'll look even better when the face is built. I want to put on some wolf grey with just a spot of black. For his base beard colour. Just to get that blocked out now. The idea behind the eyes is literally what it is it lets you make your mistakes straight away, early, before you go and spend all that time highlighting a face up, doing all that, and then you get it wrong right at the end when you put the eyes in at the end. No one puts the eyes in at the end. So put them in before you start the face, and then just frame it with the colour. He already looks better now that he's got a bit of a beard. Where's that grey I just mixed? There it is.
The eyes are amazing. Is what Blue Galaxy says.
Oh, little beardy Captain Rex. Love it. And because it's Captain Rex, I'm going to get a little bit of this and paint his eyebrows. Now, eyebrows are actually not something I do very often on like your average miniature. But the last two things I've painted that have been humans have been this, weirdly, and Count Dooku, which have both had grey beards, and they need their grey eyebrows. It weirdly makes it all work. I mean, it just wouldn't like Captain Rex otherwise, would it? Okay, let's let that dry. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight to some Dwarf Skin, neat, as my first highlight. We're going to go over the face and stick to the raised areas, but this is going to kind of be an all over. Just leaving that base coat right down in the recesses. He's got a pretty simple head. There isn't a huge amount of detail. Start at the back. There's comments coming in now, I think.
Did you just call the captain simple?
Who said that?
He's a simple man just trying to make his way in the universe.
He's just a simple man.
I wonder how many times that line's going to be used on Thursday.
So definitely working on like the top of the bonds.
Just trying to fit lights to a droid tri-fire. So if I leave before the stream is finished, just finished its meet off to A&E with some kind of stab injury. That's Kay.
Okay, man. You know, life is short, bro. Why don't you just start fitting lights in bigger things, which are easier? Then that wouldn't be no fun, would it? Where's the challenge, right? That's what Kay'd say. Give me close up quickly.
Yeah. Kay said, what's life without a challenge?
So it's just starting to build up. You can see a little bit better the shade in the skin, right? Working top of the head. Okay. Carrying on. I'm going to get some flesh to mix now. It's really bright flesh. But I'm going to mix some of that in with my dwarf skin. And now it's going to be Alex is feverishly colouring everyone. You must remind me to have a look before we end the show. Just read it.
The hardest part of making a vegan sausage roll is getting the vegan into the sausage machine.
Yeah.
You happy now? Was it worth reading?
It wasn't. I'm sorry, Alex. You were right.
I wonder if he has these all like written down somewhere. He just sort of like ticks them off the list one at a time as he sends them.
It's probably sat on the loo, and this is one of those big book of jokes that people put in their toilets for people to read.
Fair.
And he's just, that's what he does.
We don't really have that service.
You what?
I said we don't have that service.
No, we don't.
Is that a Mr. Stander original? That's It's got to be stolen off the internet somewhere, right?
It's got to be. And just a touch more. It's almost pure flesh.
How many hours did it take to fabricate the beard, please?
Oh, not long. About 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Couple of little bits of green stuff and you're there, really. Who was that?
That was Captain Rex, because it was a pretty reasonable question.
It was a pretty reasonable question.
Oh, God.
What?
Mark Fairbrother says, why can you only run in a campsite? Why can you only ran in a campsite? Because it's past tense.
That's really bad, Mark. He doesn't need any encouragement.
Surely it's grown over many months. That was Mr. Stander making a comment about the beard.
And just adding a little bit of slightly darkened off grey. I just want a little bit more contrast in that beard line. Alex, what setting are we on overhead?
5, why?
It's okay, because just this is small, isn't it? It's hard for them to see.
Would you like me to try and improve it?
No, it's alright. Okay. So let's go in with some wolf grey. Starting at the moustache.
What is the easiest way to remove a peg from a small X-Wing ship? Just
Normally get hold of it with a pair of pliers, give it a wiggle and it comes out. Personally, I'll get it under close up in a minute. You guys will see much better. Thank you, Ulfric. So let's catch his eyebrows and not screw this up. I'll give him mad eyebrows otherwise.
Would you recommend green stuff in particular over any other modelling compounds like Milliput, or are they much the same?
So green stuff's nothing like Milliput. Milliput's really grainy. Personally, green stuff is hard to work on really large areas. It is hard to work. There's no quick answer with green. It just takes a long time. It's a very hard thing to teach as well.
Now it looks like me, Captain Rex says. The last 3 I broke off were all in games when I've accidentally knocked it off the table onto the floor. I mean, if that's your tried and tested method, why change?
Yeah, maybe just
smack them off the table, it's fine.
smack them off the table. That's a good idea, Alex. I like your lateral thinking.
Thanks.
Shows problem solving. So I added some white.
Green stuff, patience and water. See, it's strange because...
Who said that?
Captain Rex. When they were trying to teach me to do green stuff at GW,
Yeah.
it was all Vaseline. Like, they're like, you got to make sure that you use Vaseline on your tools, and that's how you get that smooth finish on green.
Rubbish, clay shapers and water.
Vaseline and those metal tools is what they were teaching me. It's probably why I can't green stuff.
Oh, he's looking good now. He's getting his beard. And his second highlight on his eyebrows. Some pure white. Just on the right outside edge of his beard.
Vaseline your tools. Just what are you up to at GW exactly? Failing to learn how to green stuff. Sorry, it was unimportant. I didn't need it to win games.
Okay, let's go a close up. Alex, I want closer.
Closer, cool.
What are you going to?
I'm going up to 60 hopefully.
60? There?
Yeah.
No, too much.
Too much, right, okay.
Go down to about 45 there. There you go. Captain Rex, his little face. There you go. Back to split. Okay. So just 2 seconds to finish this head. What time is it, Al?
It is
How have I done?
8 o'clock.
An hour to paint the actual clone, okay. Interesting.
Mark Fairbrother says Santa. Wolfric is throwing up a load of Darth Mauls. And Mark Fairbrother says looks amazing.
It's Captain Santa of the 501st Clone Battalion. Okay, that's his head done. Looks even better than it shows up on that close-up cam. It's a bit too small. You've got to go so super in. Okay, so let's get back to this bad boy. What I'm going to do before I do any of the white is I'm going to go over the blue. So I have got some ultramarine blue. It's not actually ultramarine blue, but it is actually ultramarine blue, but not that ultramarine blue.
Cool story, man.
Do you know what I mean now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where I'm going with that?
Yeah, it's ultramarine, but it's not ultramarine. It's a good job that belongs to somebody else with a slanty face.
Why is that, Captain?
He'd buy it, I reckon.
Why is it a good job? Because you reckon it's not good? Because you'd be angry. He'd be angry. I think that's what he means, Alex.
Mm.
So I already painted these in the darker blue. And as I'm going over it, I am probably leaving a very slight outline of that darker blue, painting in the centre. And then it will highlight again and again. You know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go over all of these colour zones and make them all pop out.
He says no, because I'd be after it.
God, I hope they don't mind I've done the beard. I hope they're not like, oh, he didn't look like that then. What's wrong with you? They might do, you never know.
It's alright, just blame it on being colourblind. When they say you didn't have a beard then, that's not how it works. You're like, oh, sorry, colourblind, I was just looking at the only picture I've got. He had a beard.
So the edge of his little robe is blue as well. Gives a nice spot colour. Nice strong blue.
Swappable head's very easy, Captain Rex says. So.
Yep, that's why I did the proper helmet as well. So no one could get upset.
To be honest, I think people would just be blown away with how good it is. I mean, currently I kind of want it, so.
Yeah, you want it because it's a clone trooper.
Yeah.
You just love the clones. Yeah. Like, I will give you that it's not that they were great in your films.
Right.
But clone troopers are cool.
That was very cool.
Okay, do you understand?
Yeah.
They were really cool in the Clone Wars cartoon series.
Yeah, which just happens to be my style.
And for me, no, Alex. Please. Get out of here. The only reason your Clone Wars cartoon series looks as good as it did is because it was in the hands of someone that would, without a doubt, win the argument of that the original films were better, because that's where he's come from. If he didn't love those original films like he does, you wouldn't have your Clone Wars and your Mandalorian and all the rest of the amazing things Dave Filoni does. It wasn't influenced by the trade negotiations. Come on, you know they're bad. You know they're bad.
No. The kilt is called Kama.
It's called what?
It's called a Kama.
What's called a Kama?
The kilt that he's wearing.
Oh, is it?
I believe so.
Who asked that?
No, that's what Captain Racist said.
Oh, did he?
I'm sure he knows more about it than everything.
Of course he does.
There we go, look at this. Somebody's backed me up already.
What?
Matt Skywalker calls Clone Wars equals best Star Wars.
No, please. What? What? Like the film, the Attack of the Clones?
The Clone Wars era. The Clone Wars
or the
era.
Clone Wars cartoon series?
The era.
No, the cartoon series is good. It still isn't as good as the 3 original films. There's something wrong with you. Seriously, go back and watch them.
I have.
Okay.
One saves a sofa from a trash compactor. Greedo shoots wildly over Han's head. There's a whole bunch of zany characters standing around the cabin.
You need to watch the actual film, not what your generation did to our film. With all your political correct nonsense.
Rebels is better than Clone Wars. Rebels was wicked. But Clone Wars was equally as wicked.
Yeah, see, I think some of the Clone Wars were really great, the cartoon series, and some of them were a bit out.
Right.
There was some really boring stuff in there too.
I do agree. There was quite a few episodes. Do you remember when I went through that pattern of just sitting there scrolling through my phone while the Senate stuff was going on?
Yeah.
For 3 episodes. There was no Cad Bane, Darren Rescues, Hondo, anything. Just disappointment.
Like the remakes.
Well,
like the prequels. Disappointment.
The best thing in the Senate was probably Yoda versus Pal.
It wasn't. It was a trash fight.
It was a sick fight.
It was a trash fight. Best thing that happened was when he smashed the 2 guards against the wall. And then it was rubbish after that. And you know it.
I enjoyed it. Yoda doing the flips. It's cool.
Yoda doing the flips like Mr. Motivator after some music.
It was wicked. Okay. Obi and Anakin, they and there all sliced up and battered. All of Yoda's fights in our films were wicked.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
They really weren't. All of Yoda's fights in the Clone Wars cartoon series were wicked. In your film, they weren't.
They were wicked.
They were trash.
Oh, man. Your Yoda was trash.
Our Yoda had seen a lot of stuff. By the time you get to that Yoda, he's been living in that swamp, been eating a lot of very dubious mushrooms. Okay, that's all I've got to say. He's a bit of a crackhead at that point.
Lost. You had a crackhead Yoda.
But it was alright. He'd seen a lot of babies die. You're going to turn to some heavy, heavy stuff at that point. He'd watched that security footage. It's all Obi-Wan's fault.
I mean, really, it's all Qui-Gon Jinn's fault, you know?
It's all Jar Jar's fault. Because he saved them.
It's Qui-Gon Jinn. He was the one that bought Anakin. Said he'd be no problem at all.
No, if Jar Jar hadn't have been so helpful to save them from the thing and then help them to get off the planet and all of that, they would have been screwed, dude.
Grogu's first fight would be awesome. I genuinely think I'm in a minority of people who like all the films. Yeah.
Who's that?
In fairness, I do like all the films.
Who's that?
I just give him grief. That's Richie C.
No, Richie C. It's not that I dislike them, but they're just not good enough to often want to go back and watch them, like, by choice. And that's pretty sad when it's Star Wars. Like, I'd go back and watch Rogue One. I'd go back and watch Solo. But the prequels, as well as definitely The Last Jedi, I struggle
really
to go back and watch.
The start of The Last Jedi.
Just because he takes the piss out of Hux.
Yeah, it's a big old space combat. I like big old space combat. Yoda with a lightsaber in the movies is awful. Now people aren't backing me. This ain't great. I'm gonna stop reading. I just rewatched 1 and 2 and started on the Clone Wars cartoons, and the wife hasn't seen them, but she really enjoyed Rebels, so wants to watch them all back. That's good news. Clone Wars was wicked.
Who liked Rebels? Whose wife?
Archner. I like to watch Rogue One when I have trouble sleeping. Works every time, Mr. Stander says. I thought Rogue One was wicked.
I thought Rogue One was wicked as well.
Like, I really wasn't a fan of Solo. I just didn't.
There was just a couple of bits in Solo I thought were a bit kid-like, but other than that I weren't bothered. It was a Star Wars movie for kids, so I forgave him for those 2 seconds. I liked Lee, I liked Lando, I liked the ship, I like Han, I like the actors.
Yeah.
There was it weren't the best film in the world, don't get me wrong, but it was just a great little film. And it's about the thing I love the most in Star Wars.
Kay said, I feel about the prequels much the same as my brother. I love him, but seeing him once every couple of years and knowing he's hundreds of miles away is probably for the best.
Like that, Kay. Kay gets it. So we got some nice... Al, give me focus right here. Have I got focus here? It looks a bit out of focus. Yeah, that's a bit tighter.
Wait.
There.
There. I'm back a little bit. I think it needs to be on 7. Keep shooting past. There we go, it's a 7. Do you think it up?
Yeah, I do.
Nice. Solo was fun, and Maul at the end was great. Yeah, I mean, like, it was cool seeing Maul, but that was probably my favourite part of the film. I just didn't get the... I mean, I hated Tobias Beckett's character. I thought that was trash.
if you can really see, but with these, like this kind of lighter blue, I am chipping over this blue stripe just to break it up a bit, and end up putting some white on there as well. This might be too much for the edge of this. Just a little bit then.
So when I magnetise later, do I need to sand my balls?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to get on with some of this grey work now as well. So those I used cold grey and stone wool is where I'm going up to. I base coated it with cold grey and a bit of black. Yeah, I just wanted to, like the artwork certainly shows these as being like a grey.
What were the two colours you used for the flesh tones, please? So
it was dwarf flesh, bronzed flesh tone, and just standard flesh. Who asked that?
That was Captain Rex.
But really, kind of any, I mean, your flesh tones should really, you know, shouldn't be too much of a problem if you haven't got the Vallejo stuff. If you are, say, running on a Games Workshop, you should be fine.
Oops, looks like this Tri-Fighter is getting a red repaint at some point then. Oh no, he's got himself.
Okay, man. Can't you get a grown-up to help you with that? Just like what I did there.
Or a chainmail glove.
Or a chainmail glove. Alex's suddenly scary solution.
Leave it as is and call it battle damage. Chainmail won't stop me impaling myself on a half-a-mil drill bit like I just did. Well, yeah, maybe just no sharp objects for you. Can graduate up to that. Maybe start with like
a spoon.
Yeah. Teaspoon. just get like plate. Plate will stop it. It'll be fine. Get like a what they call them, gorget. I'll Google this.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Is that what you're talking about? Like a glove?
So. Yeah, like a glove.
Gauntlet.
Right.
Oh my god, a gorgelet? What's a gorgelet?
And gorget.
A gorget?
I believe that's the thing that protects your neck that we were talking about earlier. That Django should have had.
No, I don't think that is. Where's my Stonewall Grey?
An article of clothing that covered the throat, often found in armour. Gorget.
A gorget?
Yeah. No, I was right. From the French gore, meaning throat, was a band of linen wrapped around a woman's neck and head in the medieval period, or the lower part of a simple apron hood, and then they made armoured versions of it. Nice. I'll take your advice. Expect a new holographic crayon card soon. Don't waste the hole in UK. Stick a light in it. Just don't ask me where to put the battery though. Mrs. Stander says evening.
Mr.?
Mrs.
Hello, Mrs. Stander. Did you find the cat bowl?
I think that was just part of his awful joke.
Oh.
I don't even think they have a cat.
See, there's me paying attention.
It's just wasted.
Being the attentive stream boyfriend.
We do have a cat. So they do have a cat. Which must mean they have a cat bowl. His story might actually check out. Mr. Stander says it has a stupid name. Is his name Cat? Or John?
There's nothing wrong with the name John. You just hated on like the most common name ever.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think it is like that common a name though anymore.
No, I think it's dying out. Bobo is her name. Or, yeah.
What I will say about this model was there was quite a lot of cleaning up to do on this model for a Legion figure. They seem to have been pretty good so far, but this one wasn't that great. I don't know whether that's a problem you guys are finding with the newer stuff.
And bizarrely, we found a pub in Ipswich whose cat also had the same name. So two people with the same stupid idea. That makes it a cult, right?
You could apply for one of those religion things.
Is it Bobo as in crossbow, or Bobo, or bow as in take a bow? True. Yeah, I just assumed it would be Bobo. crossbow. I was right. Boom.
But like, why? I don't get the joke. Am I missing something?
I don't think there's a joke. Maybe they both came up with the same name at the same time, so they decided to name it twice. Maybe they were just taken back by Fishy and decided to name everything in the house twice now.
Okay, that's his like little grey arm pouch. It's got a couple of buttons to pull out really quickly with the black, which has gone dry. Let's get some more. Where are we at? 30 minutes. I'm going to do this, I think. I think I'm feeling confident today, Alex.
Okay, just
Don't cry when I don't.
Yeah, or I was thinking more like, don't rush and then make a mistake that takes 20 minutes to fix. Like, putting paint on the armour by accident.
Yeah. There's always degrees of finish with me, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, finish enough where to go, ta-da, look, it's Captain Rex. But I've still got the base and that to do. That ain't going to happen tonight. Silver, lots of little bits of colour now working through. Just for these couple of bits of detail. There's not a lot to it, so you want to pull out these bits. It's always worth doing a little black before you do the silver. It makes such a difference to things like this. It just gives you that little outline.
Is that the same peanut butter stuff you use for the base?
It is, but I'm going to colour it. It ain't going to be that exact colour. It's going to get washed over. Right, so let's do something with the black. That's just black. So I've just got some black and white.
Copy question.
Yes.
Oh no, I can't read it. It's all good.
It's a very small amount at first, just because I want to get a few kind of soft.
The little crater in Gazgul's base.
Yes.
Did you just sculpt that into the green stuff?
No, that was already part of the base.
But you would go about.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, just sculpt it in with green stuff. But no, I didn't on that. That was part of the base that come with Gazgul.
green stuff work on it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
to
there
get
was.
it to match.
To get it all to match. So you guys are barely going to even see this. I didn't want to go much off the black. There's a couple of bits just like this. Just like the hands.
Heading out for lunch. Have a good rest of the stream. And evening all, we'll catch you for the next one. One love.
One love, Archnin.
So does anyone have any Christmas rituals? On our house, Christmas Eve is always Chinese takeaway and a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Who's that?
That is Mr. Stander. Christmas Eve for me was all about getting smashed. It's just what we did. We used to have like a familiar route in London where we'd go to a Weatherspoons, meet up there, drink for a bit, and then we'd go to this. It was an old church that had been converted into an O'Neill's pub. We called it Pub Church. And yeah, just keep drinking until Christmas appears and then go in and fall asleep.
It's a simpler time, right?
I know, right? Normally, yeah, Christmas started with a kebab. It was a good time. Christmas Eve is for die hard and a large drink, Kay says. I mean, Christmas Eve was Star Wars, wasn't it, last year?
Christmas Eve used to be, yeah, every year pretty much. We had a new Star Wars film, which is sad. I love that tradition. I really did. It's this really subtle grey highlight that you want to like put in the corner and do like I was doing with the blue on the white, which is like soften it out into nothing. But you do want a little something.
Christmas Eve will be list building, ready for a few games on Christmas Day. Captain Rex says.
Yeah, man. Drunk X-Wing is the best X-Wing. I know this don't seem like I'm doing much, but it makes all the difference. Just gives you that nice cartoony bit of detail.
Or at least this year, Christmas Eve, we can smash the two traditions together, right?
Which are?
We can get smashed up and watch Star Wars in the house.
Right, let's get some white. So this is pure white. And what I'm going to do now is pull out a couple of bits on the armour before I do some battle damage. So because this white's quite thin, I can kind of vary how much it's covering. But then if I go back and hit it again, it gets a bit more opaque. But I just want all of this gear on his belt to like pop out a little bit. I've got these holsters on the side as well. I need bringing up to white. Okay. So now just going around the armour. See if there's any bits that benefit from a little Some of it even gets like an edge highlight.
You don't need a parachute to go skydiving once. You need a parachute if you want to go skydiving twice.
Who said that bit of wisdom?
Mr. Stander.
Why? Just out of the blue?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Thanks, Paul, for that thrilling comment. That's why people tune into this stream, is just to hear that sort of content.
The life advice. I fancy skydiving, you know.
Do you?
Yeah, but I want to do it not attached to a person. I'd like to just jump out on a plane, do it myself, you know.
I'm sure that can be arranged with no instructor, where you just do a low one, static line.
Yeah. But like one of those wing suits would be cool.
A wingsuit.
Yeah.
So you're just going to go from nothing to a wingsuit.
Yeah, man.
Just think you're in Transformers.
That was wicked. What a cool way to use wingsuit. No, I just reckon it'd be fun. You'd do skydiving, right?
Yeah.
But bungee jumping you wouldn't do.
No. So like when you've used the white through the airbrush and you use the white with a brush, they're two different whites. So even though I have sprayed this with some white, this brush white is making quite a big difference.
shouting, please, Mr. S. And Mrs. S has nodded off on the sofa beside me. She's knackered after 2 night shifts. It's alright, I don't think we're in any danger of him shouting anytime soon.
Of course, if you guys were to donate a large amount of money for me to shout down the screen at Paul to wake up his missus, I can do that. Depends how bad you guys want it. Okay. So we took some of that kind of white that I'm doing and brought it onto the blue just for some chipping and battle damage. It just ties it in nice. Okay. Now, let's do some sneaky battle damage with my trusty little bit of sponge. Don't know if you guys have ever seen me do this, I'm sure you have. Loads of times. Got some black hiding here somewhere. Less is often more with this, but it is, you know, a clone commander. You would have seen a few scrapes on his armour, just the odd one or two.
sure he got shot a couple of times.
They all got shot quite a lot, didn't they?
Mm.
And with a paintbrush, a tiny bit of black anywhere that I want to add a little more structure to, I will. Alex, you know in the kitchen, on like the sideboard thing,
Yeah.
there's your modelling clippers.
Yes.
I could really use those in a minute. Well done, Padawan, well done.
Do you know you got 3 minutes?
Okay, well, I'm nearly there. They don't mind a couple extra minutes. See me finish. Even though I've been really good and I didn't speak very much.
When are you guys next streaming?
I think it will be Monday now. I'm afraid. I don't think we can do Saturday this weekend. Right, I could probably go on for hours and hours and hours, fine tuning and fettling all the damage. Did you bring me those snippers?
I did.
Let's try this, even though I would very much. Oh dear. That's it, it's its 2 hour limit.
Yeah.
Even though I would like to varnish this first, I really want to have a look what this looks like. Let's go close up.
It's pretty cool.
It's not quite finished, but it's pretty cool, huh?
It's really cool.
So really, there's only one person's opinion that really matters, and that's Captain Rex. What do you think, Captain Rex?
Marty V81 likes it. Or Matty V.
Matthew Vickery.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, what do you think?
John says it's awesome. Looks just like you, Dad. Absolutely outstanding is his comment to you.
So you think the customer would be happy then? Because I got a bit of a surprise for you, Captain. Switch me back to split.
Yes. Maybe. Yes.
It's for you. So Captain Rex, one of your lovely children got into contact with me and asked me if I would mind painting this little bad boy for you for kind of like your Christmas retirement present type situation. That's why I sculpted the beard on Captain Rex. Right, I know he doesn't have a beard then, but I wanted it to look like you. So he's not finished yet, pups. You know that. I'll spend a little bit longer tomorrow. I've got to finish the base, and I'll have a little fettle with everything. But that's from your boy, okay? Matthew. Just so you know, he's the one that got in contact. Happy Christmas, happy retirement, happy birthday, happy whatever. I know the picture's not great. Why is the picture not great? Ow. Just get me like there, man. Picture's so mushy.
I'm going the wrong way.
Yep, wrong way. No, too far past it. Go back. That's it. I don't know. I just don't want to get a good focus
No.
on this camera.
I think it's because there's a lot going on behind the camera.
Maybe.
All the paints and that.
Well, that don't help.
Light doesn't help.
Doesn't help at all.
Yeah, look. Is it? Yeah, you got the same thing, don't you?
Kill that light a minute. Let's just see what happens. But anyway, you guys have seen it up under close up. It does look better under that light. There was too much light on it. Just got paint on my finger. So pups, that will be coming to you not tomorrow, on Thursday. That is one of your Christmas presents. Happy Christmas, pups. Thank you for being such a great support all year as well. You know I love you to bits. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry, everyone. Right, okay, that's it, everyone. I've talked as much as I can talk. I've told you all about this month's art giveaway. You know, if you haven't subscribed, or you haven't not subscribed, if you haven't pushed the notifications button, please push the notifications button. Other than that, check us out on Facebook, Rasta Mace Painting. I will be back. I might come back Saturday. I very, 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 very much doubt it, because I've got some stuff planned. But it should be Monday, Tuesday, right? So Monday, Tuesday next week will be my last live streams of the month. So I will be doing an art giveaway on that Tuesday, regardless of whether it's Gazgul or not. I will give you something away at the end of the month, like I always do. And on the Monday, we'll probably have a little tie interceptor to give away. We're going to work out how to do that. We might leave that till the start of next month, we'll see. But we're definitely going to have something else to give away on the Monday, whether it's the tie interceptor or it's something a little bit less valuable than that. Other than that, we'll be back, like I said, Monday, Tuesday. Lee's on Wednesday, Thursday. I can't think of anything else that needs saying, can you?
No, other than, you know.
Yeah, we will, we'll be back Monday. Everyone, one love. Peace.